Hi guys, IrishTwist here. Welcome to my channel. Today I was going to talk about something that I really enjoy, all about yarn. Um, I hope that you guys enjoy it. Please let me know in the comments below because I can continue making some yarn videos. I do enjoy crocheting and knitting alike, and I'm always learning. One project that I'm currently working on is knitting. I'm knitting a shawl. It's on a round needle, so it just kind of stretches out, but it's a really beautiful yarn. Let me just put it up close so you can see. This is the stockinette stitch. For those who don't know, where the knit is in front and then you have purl on the other side. My goal is to make it long enough that it reaches down my back. Currently, just bear with me, it's still on the knitting needles, but what it'll look like when I put it on is just a basic shawl cover up like that. And right now it's getting there pretty long, and I'm really liking how it's coming out. It's really soft. It's I'll tell you about the yarn. Unfortunately, I found that this yarn is unfortunately discontinued. But I will tell you the specs of the yarn. I actually have a new hank of the yarn. It comes like this. This is a Cascade brand yarn, and you can see it has all the variegated colors of purple, blue, and teal mixed in there. This is a fingering weight yarn. Let me just get the tag. And before you use this yarn, you want to roll this up into a ball to be able to work with. It's a fingering wheat yarn, so you can see what it looks like. It's Cascade Yarns hand painted yarn. The price was $19. The good thing is that Cascade Yarns is still making hand painted fingering weight yarns, just in different colorways. This yarn is 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. It's 100 grams or 3.5 ounces skein, 437 yards or 400 meters, and it's made in Peru. So if you can see that, made in Peru. You use a 3.25 millimeter needle, or US 1 to 3, and that's it. It's not telling you what size crochet hook, but you can definitely crochet with this. But just knowing that it's a fingering size weight. So yeah, I just really like this colorway. It's very soft. It doesn't fray. It's very lightweight, which is what I wanted. I don't have a pattern per se that I'm following with this. I'm just doing the length that I wanted with the amount of stitches. That's me just rolling it up there, and it's going to be long enough so that it goes around me. So basically, for those of you that may want to make a shawl like this, you just cast on enough stitches that you know will cover your shoulders, and then you can just as you knit and do the stockinette stitch, which is knit and then purl, or whatever pattern you'd like to do, then you can adjust the length that you want it. So yeah, that's work in progress, but I'm really liking it. One thing to know for the new knitter is that with the stockinette stitch, as pretty as it is, having knit on one side and pearl on the other, is that you want to put some stitches of what is it called? Garter stitch, which is pearl. You want to put pearl here to decrease the tension so that it doesn't roll up. Because as you start knitting just the stockinette stitch, unfortunately your project is going to roll, and you want to counteract that tension. So you make a garter stitch, which is simply pearl stitches across, and then the next row would be knit stitches. I'm sorry, pearl stitches and then another set of pearl stitches, so that it's a garter stitch. So that's pearl and another set of pearl, so it'll decrease the tension. And when I finish this project, I will do a few rows of garter stitch as well, so that this doesn't roll when I cast off, kind of like I did on the bottom here as well. So that's the garter stitch. So yeah, so that's a project that I'm working on. I'm also doing a crocheted blanket. I know it's not Christmas time or anything, but I figured I have this kit that I got and I wanted to share it with you guys. It's a pattern from Hirschner's. Hirschner's is a great company. I'm kind of new with them, but they have these beautiful kits. They send you all the yarn that you need, and they tell you what kind of yarn it is, meaning if it's a Premier yarn or Hirschner's brand yarn or so forth. They tell you ahead of time before you buy the kit. This is the kit that I had purchased. It's a worsted weight yarn, as indicated here, and basically it's I can't unfortunately disclose the pattern, but you can go to Hirschner's website and purchase it. But it is very easy to explain directions on how to crochet this. You do it by blocks, kind of like the granny squares. You do a white block, a red block, a white block, and so forth, and following the directions. And then you applique, meaning take a yarn needle and sew on the crochet trees that they show you how to crochet together. And then you do a double crochet around, as like that. So if you can do single crochets, double crochets, and I believe that's all that was required for this, and following some directions, you can definitely do this blanket. I found that it was very easy to use, even for a new person that's crocheting. The good thing about this is that Hirschner's has a customer service on the pattern. It says if you need assistance with this pattern, there's a phone number of technical support to assist you, which is very nice if you're doing the pattern and you're stuck. The yarn used for this, which I found to be beautiful colors, is Hirschner's worsted white, which is and a true red, and a dark moss, which is your green. They gave you a certain amount of ounces for the project. They gave you a 16 ounce or 452 gram white, a true red color, which is 16 ounce or 452 grams, and a dark moss, which is that deep green. They gave you a 24 ounce ball, which is 678 grams, and a dark moss 3 ounce or 85 gram skein for this project. I will show you a skein of this. I've been working on this blanket, which I'll show you in just a moment. It does have an excellent center pull. This is my first time working with Hirschner's brand yarn. I find that it's very easy to work with. It is a very soft acrylic yarn. It's a worsted weight yarn, definitely washable and dryable, which is excellent for blankets. And it has a great center pull that doesn't tangle. So yeah, I highly recommend Hirschner's brand yarn. I find that it's great to crochet. Let me show you the project that's I'm working on. I'm actually almost complete with it. So This would be the true red, the dark moss green, and the white. What they had you do is do a series of blocks of trees, and they did these separated pieces like that to make the tree for the red, and they had done a solid tree for the white. So let me just hold this up for you. Try to fit this all into the camera like that. And yeah, so I'm working on the trim, which is the different colors that are double crocheted around the blanket, the white, the red, and the green, and then I'll be done. And I will gift this to my mother as a nice, a present, but a nice Christmas blanket, which I believe she'll cherish. But yeah, very easy to use with the pattern. I love how it has support. I love how it shows you a picture so that you can see you're on the right track. The size of the blanket that you are done with is a 43 by 63 inch blanket, or 109 by 160 centimeters. I'm sorry that I didn't look up how much this kit is on Hirschner's. I know it was very fairly priced, and they did give you everything that you needed. But yeah, I definitely would order kits from Hirschner's again. And the yarns, I find that it's not fraying as I work on it. There's also slip stitches involved as well, but it's not fraying. It's got good tension, and I'm very happy with it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and just having fun knitting and crocheting. And I something about me is I enjoy crocheting blankets for like baby blankets. Those I actually don't have to show you, unfortunately. I had gifted them to my coworkers and friends, but they really enjoy it. I'm working on little hats, baby items, and I'm always learning. I want to do some doilies, and I got a book on that, and I want to be able to knit a sweater, so I got a pattern for that. Yeah, so oh, one other thing I want to share with you guys is I got these colorful stitch markers. Stitch markers are very handy when you're working for a project, especially when you're counting and you want to increase or decrease in a certain area. You can keep track of where that is. A lot of patterns will tell you, suggest that you use a stitch marker, which is great. The knitting, they came in this cute little container, like this. It's colorful stitch markers by Cocoa Knits. They're round shapes, and that's for knitting. The ones for crochet have a latch so that you can hook it around the stitch, but this you can put right on the knitting needle. Try to tilt this for you guys so you can see there's all different colors of nice stitch markers. And with my order, I got a free stitch marker, which is different, which is actually a sheep. See if I can show that in the camera. So it's a sheep, and you could put that on your knitting needle, and it actually says knitted on it, which is very cute. It's a little sheep, so I like that, so I keep that in there. Yeah, so that's what's going on in the yarn world in my house. But I love the creativity of the projects, and I love watching other people's YouTube videos on yarn, and I just thought that I would make my own video and share with you guys works that I'm working on. But thank you for watching. Please let me know what you think of my video. If you'd like me to continue to do some yarn videos, I could share with you yarn that I have purchased, or some tips that I have learned along the way. But thank you, and stay safe and take care. Bye. Please subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Bye bye.